Hi, Emma. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello.
Emma is a mom of two, and her second one is nearly 4 months old, and she joined my Babes and Bellies Bootcamp at about 33 weeks pregnancy, and then you moved into the postpartum program at about 6 weeks pregnant, right? So how did you feel after? Can you tell us how you felt after your birth and having taken the program after, your second baby versus your first? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Okay, well, I'll start at the beginning, I guess. I mean, when I had my first child, the birth was very traumatic on my body, and it took me a year to recover, and I suffered greatly with a prolapse. It was only a grade 1 prolapse, but the pain and the suffering that I went through was a lot. And I just happened to see a friend of mine who posted about Sea to Sky Fitness on her Facebook, and I thought, and I was pregnant the second time round, and I thought, that's it. I have to do something. I have to counteract and going through any of that again. So I signed up with you, and leading up to the birth, it wasn't just the physical fitness aspect of it that was good. It was the knowledge that I learned along the way that helped me prepare for the birth, and helped me as well really kind of put into perspective things from the first birth. It was a real eye-opener, and it was very healing for me. So the second birth went really, really well. And really, I felt elated for a really long time, just from knowing the knowledge that I learned in your program, which helped me to prepare for it. And then
that's awesome. That's music to my ears to know that it helped you that much.
To mine, it was so good to just the feeling I just felt on top of the world, really.
That's so awesome.
And then going into the postpartum fitness program, just going into it was really good on my body. It was nice to take my time with it and be able to have control over how my body was healing again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And yes, so my boy is 4 months now, and I'm for a while I've been feeling back to how I was before I was pregnant with him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I feel very good. My body looks great. I feel very fit.
You look amazing.
Yeah, I feel really healthy and happy, and it's a huge thanks to you, really.
Oh, thank you so much. But also to you, because you put in the work too, right?
Yeah.
So on both sides. It's all about the consistency. So you decided to start the postpartum program at about 6 weeks postpartum. So do you want to tell me and everybody how you knew you were ready? Like what you were feeling in your body that made you feel like, okay, I'm ready to start? Because a lot of people feel intimidated to start.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about how you felt.
I too felt intimidated to start. However, I felt ready before I started, before I got to 6 weeks. I was up walking around, well, right after he was born, but I went for my first walk out in the shopping mall on day 5. And yeah, my body was dealing really well with everything, but because of what I suffered after the first birth, I was apprehensive to get into it straight away. I don't know. Everyone always says, don't, even if you feel good, don't overdo it. You can easily overdo it. That's why I felt so like I wanted to wait until I was at least 6 weeks postpartum before starting. I think I could have started sooner, really, but
yeah,
I was just being overly careful, I think.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. And how do you think the exercises made you feel? Like, how did they help?
They helped energize me better. I think also just the mental impact of it just made me feel like I was really good about myself and like really putting the work in. But it was easy as well. The exercises are easy because they're quick and they don't take a toll on your body. So I just felt, everything was just really gentle and moving along at a good pace.
Yeah. And it wasn't overwhelming or anything like that.
Yeah,
It wasn't too
exactly.
hard work for where you're starting off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And so you were working with some dysfunction, a little bit of pelvic floor dysfunction, so prolapse, right?
Mhm.
How did the program help with that at all?
So I went to see my pelvic floor physio at, I guess, 7 weeks was when I had an internal examination. And it was a month after that when I saw her again. And the difference between when I first saw her to the second time I saw her it was so different.
Awesome. And how much time had elapsed at that point?
About
Do
a
you
month.
recall? Okay.
About, yeah. Um, yeah. So obviously the exercises that I was doing were really, really helping me.
Amazing.
Mm.
That's so good. Would you recommend the program to a friend?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so what words of advice do you have for other women who are postpartum right now, or who are maybe even pregnant, but looking to, proactively rebuild their foundations or fitness foundations?
Yeah, I just think it's really important to really invest the time into yourself, because even if you feel really good and you might not know that you could need this help, it's a lot of it is really subtle as well. So I've learned so much from even outside of the fitness program, just day-to-day things, how I breathe, how I hold my body.
Mm-hmm.
I also have really bad posture just in general. I always have had, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
actively working on correcting that from your program. So
Amazing.
it's not just everything pregnancy related. It's outside of that too, and again, it's the mental aspect of it that's really changed the way I'm going about my day and stuff. So I think that any woman should take this on, because the benefits go beyond what you would imagine initially. So
Well, thank you so much. That is amazing to hear. That's exactly what I'm hoping to do with this program. So thank you so much for being here, Emma. I really appreciate your time.
thank you.